Do you know the origin story of the Orisha, the deities of the Yoruba Nigerian pantheon? In the beginning, our world was uninhabitable, just a soft mass covered with unwelcoming water. It waited almost endlessly to be molded. One day, Olodumare, the supreme being, decided that it was time for the earth to become more. He summoned the Orisha and ordered them to shape the world for life. Obatala was the first to go down, but not before being gifted a couple of things by Olodumare: a shell filled with sand, a chicken, a palm seed, and the airborne, a golden chain to descend down from the heavenly plane to the planet. And upon reaching the water, he emptied the contents of the shell onto the surface before letting the chicken down onto it. The chicken quickly began scratching at the sand, spreading it across the sea, which then created the land that we now inhabit. Obatala planted the palm seed, and quickly Earth's first ever plant grew, a beautiful, strong palm tree. Obatala then wanted to create something bigger, but first he needed the other Orisha to come down and bestow their gifts. Oronmila, the Orisha of wisdom, knowledge and divination, and the second in command to Olodumare, gave the potential for wisdom and knowledge to the humans that would eventually come from the earth. He would soon create Ifa, the religious system devoted to the Orisha. Oduduwa, the Orisha of love and the earth, gifted strength to the world, so that its inhabitants may someday build chiefdoms and governments to protect. Olokun, however, didn't initially grant a blessing, for the waters of the earth were in fact her territory, and she was furious that they had been manipulated without her knowledge or blessing. Thus she took to the deepest part of the ocean, her anger carrying through the waters. The ocean grew great waves, smashing against the young earth that the other Orisha were working to nurture. The other Orisha left gifts at the shore as offerings for an apology, and to us for her blessing, which in time were received. And once her fury subsided, Olokun admitted that the planet belonged to both the water and the land. Obatala then took the next step, the creation of life. He began sculpting from clay, and his creations he called man. The work was tiring, however, and seemingly endless, so he drank wine made from the sap of the palm tree that he'd first grown, to quench his thirst. Over time though, he got drunk on the palm wine and eventually fell asleep. He didn't realize what would happen, but his brother, Oduduwa, did when he came to witness his creations. Many of his creations were now different to his intention. Drunkenness had caused him to make different impairments come to be. He thus decided to help finish Obatala's work, and from there became the father of the Yoruba people. Obatala, witnessing what his drunkenness had caused, vowed then to never drink again. The Orishas returned to the heavens, watching over the earth, as over centuries, new life grew. Animals, trees, but also rivers, mountains, and winds. Over time, more Orisha would be born of nature itself, such as Oya, the river goddess, and Oshanyan, the Orisha of herbal medicine. But also, humans would be deified upon their passing, such as Shango, the Orisha of thunder and lightning. Follow me if you want to learn more about them and others, as I'll be sharing more of their stories as this year goes on.